Welcome back to Educator.com's English Grammar course. This lesson is on run-on sentences. Let's get started. Alright, we're going to begin with a brief overview. We're going to talk about sentence boundaries, which are what create run-on sentences when you don't have enough of them in the right places. We're going to do a brief review of phrases and clauses, which are the building blocks of run-on sentences, and how to fix them. And then we're going to look at the different kinds of run-on sentences and how to turn them into correct sentences. Alright, to begin with, boundaries. Sentences need boundaries, punctuation, and other techniques to break thoughts down into easily digestible chunks. Humans are easily distracted. They need their language, their thoughts in little bits, and so we use boundaries to break them down. Now, when there are too many boundaries, when it's broken down into pieces that are too small, then the sentences end up as fragments, which was covered in the previous lesson. When there aren't enough boundaries, sentences end up as run-ons. Okay, they just go on forever because there's nothing to stop them. That's what we're going to talk about in this lesson. Alright, first we need to establish the difference between a phrase and a clause because that contributes to how run-ons are made. A phrase does not contain both a subject and a predicate. It may contain one or the other, or neither, but never both. So, examples of phrases: to the store. It's a prepositional phrase. It doesn't really tell you a lot. You can't walk up to someone on the subway platform and say, to the store. Sleeping soundly. It's got a verb but no subject. Once upon a time, again, no subject, no predicate. And without saying a word, another prepositional phrase, doesn't have a subject, doesn't have a predicate. Now a clause, by contrast, contains both a subject and a predicate. It has something or someone performing an action and the action that something or someone performs. An independent clause expresses a complete thought and can stand alone. I went to the store. Subject I, predicate, went to the store. Complete thought can stand by itself. A dependent or subordinate clause cannot stand alone. It depends on another clause to do this, which is why we call it dependent. It depends. A dependent or subordinate clause begins with a subordinating conjunction or a relative pronoun. Now, we covered those in our lesson on conjunctions, so if you need a review, go back and look at that. Examples of dependent clauses are while I was at the store and who likes to go shopping. They add extra information, but they can't stand by themselves as independent clauses.